Hi, everybody. Welcome to another episode of ZoukCast. Sorry for the delay. We had some technical problems, but now everything is solved. And as every week, I have to say hi to my mate, Nim. How you doing, Nim?
I'm good. How are you?
Fine. As you can see, I'm in a different place, and now I'm in my office because I had to work late today. Like I wrote here, I'm a dancing computer nerd.
I can see that.
So this week we have a special guest, one of the big names on the Zouk scene music-wise, and he's DJ Nix. How you doing, Nix?
Hey, what's up? What's up, guys? How are you? We had like a very tough time coming in close to creating this together, but running around like crazy. But as you can see, I'm here at the club. I'm about to DJ, and but I have some time here for you guys. So yeah, it's
So
breathtaking now.
what time are you supposed to start DJing?
I think like in about 40 minutes or so.
Okay, so we have time enough for the show. Okay, so we invited you last week, but unfortunately we couldn't have you here. You couldn't make it because you were traveling and you were on a bus trying to connect with Wi-Fi. But we are lucky to have you here today. And first of all, I wanted to talk a little bit about you, like how did you start it in the Zouk world, and how was your beginning?
Well, I guess I'll start from the beginning. Yes, the reason why I got into the Zouk world was that my first wife that I met when I was in Rio de Janeiro, because I live in Miami. I lived there all my life, and I was at Rio de Janeiro for about 2 years because I was doing a musical project. I was recording an album of like original songs, and then I met this girl, which obviously we started hanging out and going out, and eventually started dating very seriously. And she was a Zouk dancer, and I have never even heard about Zouk. I didn't even know what that was. Um, but she introduced me to it, and then the first time that I saw her dancing with some guy, I was like, "What? He's doing that to my girl, and I can't even do that too. I gotta learn how to dance that. I gotta learn that." So yeah.
So finally,
I
you're up to the fame, and you just started for the ladies.
Man, yeah, because the thing is, like, I actually, I never danced. I mean, I used to dance just like street, like, individual dances, never like partner dances. So yeah, it was kind of like overwhelming to see what, how they were dancing, like so sensual. And I was like, man, I got to. There's no way. So yeah, basically, I got an interest, and I started, looking for places where I can, learn how to dance. And actually, my first Zouk teacher was not Claudio Gomez, but he lived in Brasilia, Alex Gomez. I don't know if you
Okay.
know him, but he's like from like back in the day. And so I started learning with him, and that was like parallel. I never really did music for Zouk yet. I was just trying to learn like how to dance and what it was all about. But this was about like 12 years ago, maybe
Yeah,
more.
nice.
I think it was more. It was like almost 15 years ago.
Okay, it's a long
I'm
time
getting
ago.
old. I'm getting old.
So after that, when did you start in being interested in the DJing side of the Zouk scene?
Well, reason is, I mean, I've always been into music. I've been into music since I was 8 years old. Uh, I started with classical piano and went off to other instruments. And I started DJing when I was about like 12. I was like always on my dad's ass about it, like saying, yeah, I need you to get me some equipment, and he always got me everything that I wanted. And so got me like these two, a pair of the Techniques MK 1200s.
Mhm.
You know those, right? and I started messing around with that, back in the vinyls and stuff. So yeah, I started DJing at a pretty early age, and then but I was parallel. I didn't consider doing that for Zouk until like I heard like works from Mafi, and when I heard like what he could do, and I was like, man, I could try that. And at the ZNL time, the ZNL at that time were consisted of like other members. I remember Lex Zouk was in there, Max Black Soul, Israel Zerman, Lord Pfeiffer, A Cold Heart, Mafi himself, and I know Bruno Arcangel was also in it, but then he left and he did like a Bamboo Tribe crew. So basically, I tried out to do some kind of a mix, and I had to ask like, oh, what kind of program they used back then. And then I remember Max Black Soul told me to use Adobe Audition. So that was like my first experience with trying to do something with Zouk. So I had to listen to a lot of music, a lot of beats and stuff, and try like replicate what I heard, because it's different than other kind of styles of music. It has like it's a unique character to it. So yeah, so I did my first remix, and I remember till today it was the that was that well, I forgot the name right now, but it's very old. But and then for some reason, like Mafi got a hold of that track, and he's like, oh, I want to meet this guy, I want to know who this guy is, whatever. And so eventually, the song started playing out in the clubs and whatnot, and then all of a sudden, I started making more and more and more, and then Mafi, I met him in São Paulo, and he's like, I want you to be in the ZNL team, and then I said, okay, let's do it then, and that's how it all started. I mean,
Okay.
to make a long story short, because I mean there are a lot of other things in there, but yeah.
Nice. So CNL was born. How many time before? How much time before the you got in?
I think the ZNL was probably in 2003 or 4. I think 2003 maybe it was created. Um, it could be like earlier, but I know that the time that I started doing things, like the first like actual production I did for the ZNL was in 2008. So yeah, ZNL has been there for like like a couple of years or 3 years before, for sure.
Yes. So what was the intention of CNL in the beginning? Like, did you feel that sub music was limited, and you needed to add more feeling or different feelings to the music, or what was the intention behind CNL?
Yeah, well, the intention is just that, to create new tendencies and be innovative, because I mean, basically, you can't dance Zouk to anything that's, the time signature of 4x4, and it's, and of course it has like the BPM that, the speeds and everything, but we always wanted to like kind of expand the horizons of the dance, because I mean, as you know, when it all began, when they have the lambada fever, and then when the lambada fever was gone, it was like more of that traditional Caribbean style, like fast Caribbean,
Yeah.
with the like islandish kind of, and then when the lambada fever went out and these guys started dancing to the slower beat, which was from the islands, like the French islands, um, and then and after a while, and that's when Mafi came in, and he's like, well, we could dance this to other types of music, and and his view was the same as mine as well, because since we came from other kinds of dances as well. I mean, me especially, like, with house music and R&B and all of that. I mean, we figured, like, why not try to do something different so that people can see what happens, but we were always being like pressed upon, because every time we tried to make something or do something different, like the whole world will come down on us, like, this is not Zouk, and this is not how like you dance, and this is that, blah 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 blah. but it was always like that. I mean, since the beginning, as we try to expand, like I said, people's horizons and make them open to other things, you're always brought down and talked bad upon. But that's how it is.
So, Nymph, do you get also these kind of complaints about your music that this is not
Yes.
Zouk? And...
Yeah, yeah, a lot. Like a lot of people here in Holland always complain like, nah, it's not Zouk, it's music they used to listen on the radio, and it's like dubstep that you cannot dance on it, and they because they feel the energy of the music, and they're like, oh no, I don't know what to do with this music, I don't know how to dance on this music. That's the main problem I hear here in Holland.
No. So, first time I heard people complaining about the music, it was CML music, and it was Lambada people complaining. And I guess my theory back then is that they didn't really know what to do with the music because they were used to have the beat always there. So when the music was without a beat or was with a different beat, they got lost. What do you think about that, Nix? Do you think that's the reason, or maybe it's another thing?
I believe that, like, okay, there are a couple of like aspects about that. First of all, like, if the people that dance, I mean, of course you can't just like throw, like, even especially for beginners, they, like, you do need like that, like the beat in there, like marked, because of course they'll get lost if they, only the really like professionals and they know, because they're already into it, but it's like, in terms of the music, I think because of the Lamazookers, I think what it is that they're used to, it's like a different culture, let's say, because they're used to that certain type of style, and that they've danced for long, like a while, and that's what they learn, that's what they're taught, and basically, like, if you go to a Lamazook party, like, exactly how like the culture is different, like they're the way they are and the way they carry themselves. It's like a total. It's like it's like you're like two different. Like, if you're in a city, let's say, and then you have like a subdivision of that city, and they like, it's like the language, they talk like a certain way,
Yeah.
and it's different, but they're used to that certain way, but then you're not gonna understand them if you start saying slang or whatnot. It's like the same thing, basically. So I guess that's the only reason, because if I believe that if the Lumberzookers were born into the different type of music, they would dance that music. It's like, I guess it's all an upbringing of how you've gone through time, I
So,
think.
so how do you feel about the current state of the music in the Zouk world? How did you see the evolution? Are you happy with the way we're going? And especially about the people complaining about so much innovation. How do you feel about all that?
You know, I guess I'm used to it, because the people are always going to complain. You know this. I know, and Nymph knows this. You know this. Nobody's ever going to be satisfied. You know, um, I know this because I've so many times, like Mafi and I, for example, like we're kind of like the ones from the ZNL that people are like always complaining about mostly, because we release something that's new, and not, they're not used to it, and then it's funny, this has happened many times. Uh, I would play something for them, and then I would get, this is not Zouk, whatever, blah. But like 4 years later, the song and the music is like blasting. Everybody's liking it. So yeah, it's like the same thing I said. It gets the people need to get used to it, I guess. And then from time I've learned. I've gotten like better, at my sets, and I've heard a lot of like a good feedback, because back then I used to like just throw out there, oh, here, just here, right in your head, boom, and everybody would be like, oh, say what, you know? It's like right, like a rock to the head, like boom. They don't know what they're hitting. But like I figured out, like there's a way. It's like you have to get the bait. Like you get the like a fish. You go fishing, so you have the bait. So you throw in the bait, and when they catch it, and then you have them, and then you can do whatever you want.
Yeah.
So, I guess that's like a good thing for like all of the DJs now, to think about that. It's like, man, if you want to grasp somebody's attention, just make sure you get, you reel in like a fish, and then when you have them, and then you can do whatever you want. Because at that point, they're gonna be so like, in bliss and in your world that, it doesn't even matter
So
anymore.
you finally learned how to make them believe that they were going the usual way, and then pick them out and take them to your wall.
Yeah, it's like it's like baby step. It's everything. It's like, needs to, like, you need to season, like with food. You need to season the food so you can eat it and it tastes good. You're not gonna just eat like some, like, raw beef or whatever, like raw. You need to have some kind of taste to it to, so everybody likes it. It's like everything. Like with sex, is the same thing too. You're not gonna have sex with somebody like just like, bam, thank you, ma'am, goodbye. You know, there's
Yeah, you have to make it warm.
yeah, the foreplay. You need the foreplay.
Yes.
Um, but back to the question that you told me about, like where I think music is going. Um, I believe that, I like the way things are. I mean, especially at the Dutch Fest. I I saw that it was very eclectic. We had 3 rooms there, and the DJs were playing. They were doing an awesome job. Everybody was playing like a bunch of different kind of things. Even like traditional music from like the most innovative. And I think that's what we need. We need to be strong in providing. It's all about the people. When it comes down to it, it's about how they feel, and the majority of them. Of course, there's gonna be like, if 10 people don't like it, but 300 do, you know, then you're like, of course, you're gonna, keep up with that, because like you said, nobody's ever gonna be really satisfied. There's always gonna be a complaint about something, and that's normal, and that's with everything in life. Nothing's
Yeah,
ever.
and the ones complaining are the noisier ones, like the ones that make the most noise in the social media, because the people happy people don't go to write to social media. It's only
Right, right. Yeah.
yeah.
I guess it's because they wanna like make a point. I guess when people want to make a point, and they're very strong about it. I mean, I don't know about Nymph, that if you ever had like, people like post like, stuff on Facebook, talking bad about like, your music or what you do and whatnot. But, I don't know if you've had that. Probably yes,
Yes,
right?
yes, yes, like 2 years ago.
Well, like I'm saying, man, with me, it's like all the time. Like it's like crazy. It's like
Yeah.
I think they're like on my like.
So you both guys, you both played at my festival like last year, and I got complaints for both of you from the people, But as I said before, it was mostly Dutch people complaining about you both, and there was this lady that came to me in the beach party that we have on the first day,
Uh-huh.
and we had like a Lamba DJ playing for 45 minutes, and then Nymph started to play, and 20 minutes in his set, a lady came to me like, how long is Nymph gonna play? And I was like, okay, he just started. So, and she was like, yeah, but in Holland we don't like so much Nymph's music. And I was like, I was blown away by that. So I said to her, okay, I love Nymph's music. So if it was for me, he will stay playing the whole night. But I understand that different people have different tastes. So he will do a 45-minute set like everybody else. And then you will have again more Lamba DJ. And then we will change again to another Zouk DJ. So everybody will be happy.
Yeah.
She couldn't understand that. She wanted me to say to him, stop playing that and play some older music.
It's like, but see, that's what I mean. Like, they start not thinking about everybody, but just thinking about themselves. And then the problem is that they think that we're the ones that's selfish. But that's not the case. I mean, we're trying to make everybody have a good time. It's not about us. It's about them. And and if somebody comes, you're like, oh, you have to play this. They're the one that's being selfish, first of all, because it's not, they can't you can't play for just one person. I mean, of course, if it was like if it was a Lumba Zouk party, if the Zouk Devils was Lumba Zouk, it's like Lumba Zouk Devils, then yeah, But, it's not the case. But it's always gonna be like that, Antonio. And we just have to. I think like as long as we provide a good feeling, a good vibe, and that the people can have a good time. Um, I think we only have a good to come out of it. Um, and these people that complain, they're just it's always gonna happen. I mean, man, every year, like I think every festival that I go to, there's always somebody that has to post something, and they not only like hit on like my music, but they like it becomes personal, like talking bad about my person, and they don't even know me. It's like, and that's like one of the things. Like a lot of people don't even know who I am, and they have like this like prejudgment of what they think that I am, and that's not really the case. And I've always had problems with that. Uh, everywhere I go, there's always somebody that posts like a paragraph talking about this and that, and always tagging me and everything. And it's like, man, it was just like this guy like from last week, you
Yeah.
know. I'm like, really, really, like my name is there again.
Yeah, but David was complaining in general about the whole thing, but I guess because when you are a public figure, you're always in the spot for people to talk about, even they don't know you. It happened also to me as a dancer or teacher. Like they are talking about you, and you don't even know who they are, and they
Yeah.
don't know you personally. So it happens, and I guess that will continue to happen uh, as long as you are in the public place.
Yeah, I mean, it used to affect me a lot. I mean, there was even like a moment where I had a nervous breakdown. It was like in Porto Seguro in one of Berg's congresses. Berg Congress is a lot of Lama Zookers, and and I was playing a set there, and like, everything was going wrong. It was like when something like when there's like all this bad energy, it's like like I know the sound system like stopped working, it went blank, and then I was playing my set, and then all of a sudden I hear Berg coming up to me, and he's like, okay man, you gotta get out right now. And I'm like, everybody's complaining, that this is, and I was like, really? So he kicked me out of my set, you know?
Really.
And man, I was just like breaking down because I was like, Jesus, like why? And it's like, because people complain, like they were complaining that the music I was playing wasn't Zouk or Lama Zouk or whatever. It's mostly with the Lama Zoukers, that's the problem, and I don't understand because like I have a lot of songs that are the speed that they dance to, but it doesn't, like, remember when we talked about earlier, it's not about the speed, it's about the style. Like it's they like that the more islandish Caribbean feel, and if I throw in something like sexy and I know it, I'm sexy
Yeah.
and I know it, that version that I did, I mean that's supposed to be like great for Lamazookers,
Yeah, it is
but
fast. It's a fast song. Yeah.
yeah, but but that song, like, just so you know, that song was like 5 or 6 years ago that I did it. Even with this new one, the Carnaval, the Celia Cruz one, I did that like 4 years ago, and only now the people are like listening to it and actually like kind of like liking it and dancing to it. But I would figure that the Lamazookers would like enjoy like something like that, but but so a lot of them don't, and like I said, it's all about the culture and the instruments of the song and the way it's carried out more than anything else.
So talking about the dance side of the souk, uh, some people say that one of the main problems with souk recognition as a dance for the general public is that we use so different musics and we don't have a signature music. Like
Ah,
salsa has the same music for dancing, and bachata has the specific music for dancing bachata. And since we dance to anything, uh, people have a difficult time to recognize Zouk as a dance style. What do you think about that?
Okay, I believe that um, because of that, we have like we can like satisfy to like a more huge public, a massive public, because um, I know that salsa has its unique style and the music goes with it, but I think it's a good thing that we can dance to anything, because you can say you can get like hip hop dancers to come and be part of Zouk. You can get like other types of dancers from like house music dancers that dance at night or whatever. They could they would take a liking to it. Or people that like flamenco. Let's say there are a lot of like music that we dance flamenco to in Zouk that
Yeah.
they'll take a liking to that, or like even a reggaeton as well, reggae. People that dance reggae, they listen to, oh, you guys dance to this, oh shit, nice. So we have like, I think we have a more of an eclectic group of people, of a crowd, then let's say, because if you hang out with salseros, it's gonna be salsa, and they're from that culture. And if it's bachata, and they're bachata, even kizomba, it's like they have their the style of how the people are and how they dance and everything. But you can't if you're kizombero and then they play something kizomba, that's not kizomba, and like an R&B, they're not gonna dance to it, you know.
Yeah.
So I believe that we have a broader like range of different kind of people that it's rich. I think it's a good thing. It's a rich culture. I like that. Um, the only problem that I see is the fact of the name, um, and like a Zouk, you know,
Yeah.
that already like it's already started in a negative way, because Zouk is another type of dance and it's another style of music, and then we call it that. I mean, thank God now we call it Brazilian Zouk, but still, if I think we had the own name, like a created name for the dance that we do, then I think we would have a lot more. It would be a lot more popular, you
Yeah.
know, because like you can have we have subdivisions of our dance. It's just like you have the salsa, you have Cuban salsa, you have Puerto Rican salsa, you have and then I mean it's fine, uh, but I think that as long as we don't have like that identity, that is like I don't even know why they put that name in the dance that we do, but because this creates a lot of controversy. You know this, right?
Yeah. Yeah. No.
With if you go to people that really dance the zouk, they already like come up on you like, yeah, this is not. I don't even know where you guys get that from. So basically, I mean that kind of like slowed us down a little bit. But since it's already done, there's nothing we can do about it. All we can do is just with the dance, it's just like keep it up, and make sure that we provide the people with the different styles, because a lot of people like they look at videos and they see, oh, I like this kind of style, or I like Mafi Zucker, or like whoa. Where's that? Is there a rat? There's a rat here. Uh, but yeah, I mean the M Zouk, the Soul Zouk,
Yeah.
flow, the Rio style, everything. So,
That's it. I recently read a blog post. I don't remember if it was in Psychology or any of the other blogs, that he was saying more or less the same that you're saying. Like we have many different dancers from other styles that could like Zouk because we use so many different music. And also they were mentioning hip hop and maybe dance hall also, and these kind of dancers that they are individual dances and
yeah,
they are lacking a partner dance, and maybe Soup could fill the void for a partner dancing for those guys. So
yeah,
should we
yeah.
push for that to be the partner dance for the hip hop guys or to be the partner dance for the dance hall guys? Should we go and push for that?
I think yes, of course. I see that like for all these years, I've seen that like the Zouk, like it was like very big bigger back then. I mean, I just remember going to places and like I would see like packed houses and whatnot, and then all of a sudden like it kind of like came down a little bit, you know. But I think that this is the time where we should all come together because it's getting, even though it's like little communities all around the world, you can see there's Zouk everywhere, you know. But there's always like rivalries, and so we always like apart. Like we should be like closer than like apart. So if we get, if we aim for that, and we get, get those people, from like you said, from the hip hop, from the dance hall. I mean, dance hall, man. I went to a party in Zurich. It was a dance hall party. I go in there and it's like, oh my god, these people could. When we were dancing Zouk in there, and everybody was like, oh, nice, And then we get people from there like to actually go to Zouk. So I see that we can blow this up like immensely. If like I said, we keep on what we're doing, especially the DJs, because we're the ones that we create, the party, we create, the music movement, and as well as the teachers that, in their classes, they present the kinds of music. So if everybody, like just is unique in that way that you versatile, where you play all kinds of music in your classes, you play all kinds of music everywhere, then I don't. Then we're gonna be more. It's just gonna sum and we're gonna multiply. It's gonna add to us. Because as long as we have like, oh, if you go to a party, oh, this is the only kind of music that we play, or you go to somewhere else, oh, this is just neo zouk, or over here it's gonna be just lamba zouk, or over here, and then and everybody's separate, then that kind of sucks, right? So we need to. So that, again, bringing the Dutch festival, man, it's amazing because everything is played over there. I mean, me myself, I played the dance hall and everything.
Yeah. Can I ask something? Do you think the teachers can play a role in like teaching their students to dance on different kind of music, not only the traditional Zouk or classic Zouk?
Oh, no doubt at all.
That I think because in the past they used to dance on this Zouk love kind of music or Kizomba kind of music. So a lot of old kind of people, they are dancing on this music. They are stuck on that kind of music. So
Yeah.
I think like teachers, like nowadays teachers, has to show them their student and teach the student on different kind of music, Zouk music, even modern music, R&B, hip hop, reggaeton, contemporary music, whatever. They have to teach the student to listen on to all this music and dance to all this music, and that will give them a wider look.
Yeah, I agree with you totally
Yeah,
because that if like you said we go to festivals, they play everything. So let's say if you're like you're a student of a teacher that teaches only one style, and then you go over there, and there's all these people to dance with, and you can't because you only know one style.
yeah.
You know? So yeah, I agree with Nif on that for sure.
Okay. Anything else, Nymph, that you want to ask?
Um, what do you think the future of this modern music or ZNL music? Where do you think it's going? Like because there are different DJs coming nowadays. They are making their own remixes, and ZNL is like the head. They are the direction. Where is ZNL going with the music?
Um, I will say I don't want to say our secrets, but I will tell you that we are going to focus more on original productions. Of course, we're still going to do remixes that people like and stuff like that, but we're aiming towards the ZNL, being focused on doing our own original productions, like original music, and
Yeah.
with original singers as well,
Mhm.
and just keep on creating like all kinds of fusions, from with the R&B, with the house, with whatever we can do,
Yeah.
to make that vibe, so people can go and have fun and laugh and have a good time, because like what I think Zouk is going is more of like a party oriented, um, and because before it was like more like dance schools and whatnot, and but people like want to go out and If you go out to like a normal club, you'll see that there's thousands of people there having a good time drinking, and I think that's what should happen too, with Zouk. So everybody goes, and it's not about like, oh, am I dancing the right style, or am I dancing like this? No, no, f that. I mean, I don't know if I can say curse words here, but anyways, uh, like never mind that. Let's go out and have a good time. Like be part of the party and the fun. Because anyways, isn't Zouk mean party in French anyway? That's what it is, right?
Yeah, that's it.
Okay, cool.
Okay, guys, so I guess we are running out of time because we try to keep it on half an hour. So, first of all, thank you very much, Nix, for taking out some time from your busy schedule. You're now starting to play in a few minutes, right?
Yeah, yeah. I'm here in Manchester now. I was with Mafia. We played yesterday. It was an awesome vibe. People really liked it, and then he had to leave today to Holland because he's going to Spain. And then I'm gonna stay here for one more night to play this party, and then and then tomorrow I'm off to Helsinki. I'm gonna play at a place over there too. So.
Actually, I having Mafi on my house this weekend, so
Oh
I really
yeah,
enjoy
that's
him.
right. Yeah. For sure, you actually should do something with him in the ZoukCast as well.
Yeah,
It's gonna
we
be.
should, we should, we should. Maybe we can record something on the spot in my house and broadcast later.
Yeah,
But
that'll be nice. That'll be nice because he's the creator of Neo Zouk and one of like a creator of a big generation of Zoukers and the music.
yeah,
One of the reasons why music actually changed is like mainly because of him. You know.
yeah.
So yeah. All right, guys. Well, thank you
Okay,
so
thank you very much.
Okay,
much.
Thank you, Nim, for being here also. Nice.
you too. Thanks.
And see you, everybody. See you next week, I hope, with a new subject and a new guest. And that's all for today.
All
Bye.
right, Antonio. Thank you so much, and Nif, it's a pleasure, man.
All
Thank
right.
you.
See you.
All right.
Bye.
Bye.